Welcome back, everyone. My next guest has never been on my show before. I have with me Brian Ray. He's the owner of Vitanya. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. You got to get right up on that mic. Go ahead.
Okay.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
What we do at Vitanya is Vitanya Wellness Mesa, with a Mesa location. It's independently owned franchises, and I run and own the Mesa location. What we do is we do brain balancing, bioscans, and that's where we look at the body's immune system and see where there's weaknesses, and we turn around and turn those into strengths. We're non-medical. I'm not a doctor. We're completely a non-medical approach to staying well.
So, okay, I want to talk about what brain balancing means.
Brain balancing means...
A lot of people need it. As far as I'm concerned, get up on the mic.
We've had people where... everything from allergies to whatever. My nephew had peanut allergies, and 3 weeks later he's able to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's a matter of resetting the brain back to where it's in a normal state and not reacting to everything. And everything from injuries to sore muscles or whatever, sometimes it gets stuck in a rut and it just keeps repeating what it did the day before. So therefore, we reset that and try to get it back to a wellness state.
So we're talking health issues. We're not talking about, because you say that you want to take the brain back to where it was. A lot of people might be thinking more thinking of other things like, anger issues and things like that. That's not what we're talking about here, or are we?
We also do a lot of that as far as with stress and anxiety, and children with as far as anxiety disorder, whatever, to help them and help the brain reset back to a calmer, more relaxed state, better focus, their schoolwork, they improve in their schooling.
So it's for either side. Yeah. It's not necessarily for just like, let's say, allergies, or it could be almost anything, really. So let me ask you what a bioscan is.
What a bioscan is you place your hand on a device that we turn around and we program, and we set different perimeters of looking for what's out of balance, and we see what is out of balance, and we turn around and reset those, and then we output it, and then we try to recreate that habit.
So when you reset things, okay, and you're recreating this new habit or going back to your old habit, or a better habit, I don't know how to say that. Yeah. Okay, how long do they see when it takes a little bit of a difference? How much do they see the results, and when?
Some people notice things right away, and some people it takes a little more time. It's literally creating a habit to hold it in. We actually had a person that had cancer and did radiation and throat cancer, and for 10 years he didn't have any saliva, and they told him that the radiation had killed his saliva glands. We did a scan, and 3 hours later he sends me a text that he's spitting up a storm.
Wow. And
it's been that way ever since then. That was several years ago.
Here's what's really cool. We're going to open up the lines to the audience, and we're going to leave them open for the rest of the show. Everyone is going to get a free session. Now, this is, again, something where you said that seeing is believing, right?
Absolutely.
And so you want everybody to, get this session. And everyone, how long is the session?
Session runs, the first initial session takes about 45 minutes.
So it's a 45-minute session. It comes along with a consultation. It's a bioscan. And our number here is 602-277-5369. And toll-free, it's 1-866-536. Talk about all natural. You're not talking about anything. Once somebody does this, their own brain is turning them, so they don't need medication. They don't need that.
Right.
What about pain? What about things like that? Can you help with that?
We've had people with shoulder injuries where they've had constant pain years later, and it's still. And a lot of times, there's nothing actually wrong with that. The surgery, the body is healed, but it's stuck in a loop, and you have to flip that switch.
So this is a bioscan,
yes.
And we're going to offer everyone who's calling in. Everyone is getting a 45-minute session, and they want you to try it. They said seeing it and believing it is too. You won't believe what you see because it works.
Yep.
So our number here is 602-277-5369. They're located in Mesa. You've got a Facebook page, which is Vitanya Wellness Mesa. You could check them out there. But I would say call in here and get this. It's a free 45-minute session. Are there other locations?
There are other locations. They're corporate locations, and they do things a little bit different and stuff like that. And all these offers that I'm doing is from my location.
Right.
Because
So
I'm
it's
the
a
owner
franchise,
of mine. It's
and
a franchise.
you're the owner of yours.
And so you have to get a hold of the Mesa location and to be able to have the free session and all that.
That phone number, it's 480-280-0339. Call in here, get a free 45-minute session. It is a bio scan, and they're just going to take and kind of take that brain, and it just kind of reset yourself, right? So you're kind of resetting your brain, and what's going on there. It's safe.
Yep.
Safe. I have to ask this, is it FDA approved?
It's the device is FDA cleared.
Okay.
It's not an FDA thing because it's a non-medical device.
So that doesn't have to be.
Right.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where we work with that.
And so you say people can see results sometimes it's right away.
Some people right away. I've had people who even came into the office all congested and everything else with seasonal allergies, and they walked out after the session and they came back in and says, "I can smell the roses."
That's cool.
And so it sometimes, like I said, most of the time it doesn't, but there's a lot of times it is immediately like flipping a switch.
So is there an age requirement?
There's not any age requirement. We've scanned children, babies, adults, any age.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about almost 10 years now.
So 10 years this thing has been around. And people, you don't know this, but your brain is the problem, right? And it's what you want to do is you want to balance the brain.
The brain controls everything.
And where do you put the scan? Are you scanning the brain?
It's just a hand cradle that you put your hand on the hand cradle, and it reads
and so
the
they do it
sensors.
from your hand.
Yes.
So you're not even touching the brain.
No.
But the brain does control
It
your
does.
hand.
It controls your hand. It controls every sense, just like hot and cold or anything else.
And they sit there for 45 minutes?
No, that's just counting the whole time of doing the
Setting up.
paperwork and doing everything.
And this comes along with a free consultation. Get a free session. It's 45 minutes. He wants everyone to try it because seeing is believing. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Do you come to the office to get the scans?
Generally, for the free session, yes, you'd need to come in there. I actually do sessions all over the world. I have people from New Zealand, Australia.
That's a long stretch for the arm. How do you do that?
Canada, all
How
over
do
the
you do
United
it like
States.
that then?
They purchase the hand cradle that plugs into their computer, and then they can plug it into their computer, and I can connect to their computer through the internet.
So, but once
and
you've
do the
done it,
session.
let's say you do it one time, and you sort of see your results. You're like, oh my God, that's awesome. I want to go back, but I kind of want to have to do this on my own. How much does that cost?
The hand cradle itself is $300.
That's not that much money.
And then there's a monthly membership fee that every weekly we scan. I can't really tell that price over the thing
but
here
let me
because
ask
of
you
the
this.
corporate.
How often do people do it?
Generally, it's weekly. Once a week, they'll come in a session for 90 days to 6 months, depending on what, how severe their situation is.
Do you have different memberships?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
we
what
have
are
membership for weekly, every other week, or just one time, once a month, or whatever.
How about if somebody's got their whole family or a group of friends coming in and all that kind of stuff? Do you do discounts?
We do have a family discount, and so we'll do the whole family, husband and wife, or children. And
He's been doing this for 10 years. It's balancing your brain through your hand, which I think is awesome that you're doing it that way. And is it all like computerized?
Yes, it's all on the computer, and it just scans basic brain frequencies. It's safe,
Obviously.
and it's haven't had any problems at all.
And how come you got into it?
My brother was actually a naturopath, and he started up the Vitanya with the corporate side, and then I went ahead and I was an inventor. And
I'm going to just say this. She might even be listening. Well, Sandy was here earlier, and she was doing her segment, but she was on a while back. And actually, I'm going to just say this right out. Sandy had lost her husband. I think it's been a year now that she's lost it. And she has started looking better and better. She was pretty white there looking, and I think maybe she looked anemic or something. And I said, I don't know what you're doing, but you look better. You look great, right? Even today, she had a lot of color in her face. And what did she tell me she did? She said, you won't believe this. It's really hard for me to explain it. But so she gave me your number, and I called you. Yeah. I said, you got to come on and talk about this. So she's done it. How long has she been a client?
She's been a client for just about probably 3 months.
So it's 3 months, and this is something that has changed her life, and it's something that you have to try. It isn't going to hurt you in order to do it, and it could be a game changer. The number to call here for a free session, I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. It's 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He's located in Mesa, but once you've done the free session, you can do it right from where you are. Again, check us out here. It's call in for it. Our number here, 602-277-5369.